David, I mean, I know you're a sophisticated guy. The world is a mess. The world is as angry as it gets. Well, you think this is going to cause a little more anger? The world is an angry place.
The day of reckoning will come. The record will be straight.
Why not set the record straight now? I mean, what is it about the record that's not straight?
Stay tuned.
The county grand jury signaled that will be the extent of the criminal case. 17 other so-called police bystanders at the beating scene will not be indicted. The inaction of the 17 officers may now be investigated by the U.S. Attorney's Office for possible civil rights violation.
The girl already had millions to her name when she was born thanks to mom Kris Jenner. But now Kylie's all grown up and throwing money around like it's a ticker tape parade. But when you're as rich as she is, you don't really have to spend time worrying about going broke.
The parking lot of AT&T Stadium in Texas is enormous, but it's still not large enough to hold all of the cars coming for food ahead of Thanksgiving. People spilling onto nearby streets and gratefully driving away with 80-pound boxes of groceries.
Let's move on to the next question. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm a sophomore, and this is for all three of you. Can you say in one sentence or less what... you know what I mean. Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
Diversity and opportunity.
Lewis?
Freedom and freedom. So let's keep it that way. America is still the best there is. Two things about America make it great: the country and its people.
What does the D.C. and Washington, D.C. stand for?
Dominican Republic.
Washington Dominican Republic.
No.
Okay.
I'm done answering your question.
Okay.
What makes America the greatest country in the world? I'm not letting you go back to the airport without answering the question.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Catch you outside?
I heard that the little girl from Dr. Phil, the Catch Me Outside girl, is now officially a millionaire. I don't understand, like, she, for one, doesn't necessarily understand proper English. She is probably one of the most disrespectful teenagers that I've ever witnessed on a television show before, and all of a sudden she's a millionaire because her sentence that she said didn't make sense.
We all know that some people love their pets more than the people around. And some people take it to an extreme that will their pets a fortune just to make sure that the animals are taken care of properly after their death. Number 10, $43 million for Gunther III. According to BBC News, Gunther III, a German Shepherd, inherited $65 million when his owner, the late German Countess Carlotta Liebenstein, died in 1992. Carlotta Liebenstein willed all of her approximately $65 million, 43 million pound fortune to her German Shepherd, Gunther III.
As frigid temperatures hit Kansas City.
A homeless man returns to find his friend frozen to death on a night they both struggled to stay warm. 41 Action News reporter Andres Gutierrez has their story.
Another frigid night in Kansas City's homeless seek warmth, be it through the heat of a fire, a hot meal, or a warm beverage. The bitter cold brings consequences that are at times deadly.
I'll miss him.
James McLaughlin is now dealing with the aftermath. He's holding back his tears as he remembers his friend of more than 20 years, Reggie Glenn, who died of exposure on New Year's Day.
New at 6 o'clock, a North County man is proof of the unbreakable bond that we have with our pets.
Despite firefighters yelling at him to stop, that man tells our tennis reporter Amanda Brandeis why he ran into his burning home to save his best friend.
Don't touch it. Careful, Mimian.
The toys are now unrecognizable. Shoes and clothing charred. Everything the Guzman family owned, now gone.
There's nothing that survived. Nothing survived.
All of our savings, everything that we had was here.
The family had only lived in the home 2 months before it went into flames this week. Guzman's wife and 3 daughters thankfully weren't home. Neither was he.
I knew that my dog was here. I knew she was here. I knew that I had her tied back over here.
It was all he needed to know.
And now at 11, a very disturbing story out of Santa Ana. A homeless man set on fire and left for dead.
We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat.
Oh my God, Nanners, where are you? Nanners, is this even a real game? Why are you not just pushing these people with me?
Casey, I got your food.
Okay.
All right. He's my son. I love him. I love to make him happy. You know, and food's got a lot to do with his happiness, but he's like an addict about food.
I don't want to call him an enabler, but I mean, sometimes it's really the way, like, it seems and it is. I'm not buying the groceries. I'm not buying the frozen pizzas. I'm not buying the chicken wings. There's someone facilitating the food coming in, and it's not me. It's someone else.
We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be.
15 women. I was 88 pounds when I got arrested, so I was knocking on death's door. 30 days.
Are you a loser? Nope. Then do it.
One last chance.
You are a part of a team.
But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
And ask you guys, sir, can I ask you what your lucky numbers are?
I'm gonna pick 14, 24, 2, 7, and 15.
Oh, those are your lucky numbers. Can I tell you what? Do you know your chances of winning?
Slim to none.
Slim to none. You're right. Let me tell you, it's 1 out of 292 million. What do you think about that?
I knew it.
You knew it. Your numbers are lucky, though. Am I right?
I hope so.
Can I ask you, if you won all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay. That's not good.
In case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world.
Who won the Civil War?
We did.
We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports.
I don't know that.
Who won the Civil War?
America.
You ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yosemite?